We here at the Gaming Saloon Roof Tracks always support any and all that are involved in the creation and distribution of any show feature. I would encourage any of those watching to support the official release. Thank you and enjoy the show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Gaming Saloon Roof Tracks for October 12th, 2013. With your host, Peacemaker2448.
And Rampant Epsilon for take 2,
Yeah.
because the first take kind of had to get scrapped because of Google not letting me get back in the right Hangout.
Oh, there's one good thing out of this.
What's that?
I now have the Hangouts page within my main Firefox browser now, instead of being a separate window.
How in the did you do that?
I don't know. Because I clicked the link through the bell icon.
Oh, they've got a glitch.
I don't care if it's glitched. This is far better if you ask me. Because I don't have
Of course, when you sent me the link in TeamSpeak, I ended up clicking it, and it was in my main browser then. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that's far preferable than a goddamn separate window.
Seriously. Especially with 7 and 8. Because you screw up, you hover over the Firefox icon, it shows both of them. I mean, XP, Vista, yeah, that's fine having multiple ones. Fucking sucks with 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Anyhow, on the last take, I know we were talking about the change in the intro that I didn't catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which took you till a week after I changed it again.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I never do that part, so I didn't look. And then I just clearly did not hear it last week.
Yeah.
Yet I've heard it both the times we've done it this week.
The quick and clever last week, we did 5 episodes of Wizard. Was good. Little ominous warning from me about later on down the road, but we're nowhere near close to that point.
Yep.
And I blabbered on about
the split. I know that.
Yeah, I blabbered on about week 3 of Wizard, what's going to happen by the end of the episode 9, that I didn't realize was that early in the show.
Yeah.
But it won't be
Even
next.
though I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Spoiler territory, and I don't have the image handy, so yeah.
But of course that won't be next week because I'm out of town next Saturday for Nashville Comic Con.
And chances are there probably won't be a TGSR next week because, well, Glock is undependable.
Yeah.
Just putting that flat.
Yeah. We didn't think he'd be a part of the show this week because he was off for an Auburn game to go watch it, but that Auburn game has long since ended, so he is either still away or he just doesn't know the show's on. One of the two.
Oh, he knows it's on. As much as he's done it with us, he knows it's on.
You sure?
He should know it's on.
You should probably put on that clarification, because he will forget. Because he would forget which week is TGS and which week is Ramping Gaming.
Now that I can understand. Because he isn't on every show because he is just not around.
Yeah. Well, anyway. This week we get episodes 6 and 7 to a beautiful flower and buying memories.
You about mix those two together.
I know. I probably still would have done it even if I tried to correct myself. So that's going into this week's episode.
As I said on the first take, I know where you were saying you feel the mixing point there is about halfway. But so yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to this.
Hmm, this should be a decent to good one. Well, it should be a good 2 episode arc because unlike the last arc we had in that 5 episode batch, this one will be subtle in his approach.
He won't just be blatant about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, partially in his approach, I believe. And Haruto will be using his rings, a lot of his different rings, in a fight.
Hmm.
Because there's one ring in specifically that would seem odd for him to use in a fight, but he will find a use for it in this fight. I believe 7. But anyway, we're ready to get started.
Yep.
As I find the page for the comments, so I have that up while I'm watching the episode on my big screen. Alright, queued up.
Yep.
Alrighty then. Also, if you're looking for the episodes, they're in the archives on the website. Which, if you're watching the archive version of this, they'll be down below. If you're watching the live version of this, they're on the website.
They'll still be down below.
They will?
Yeah, if they're on the site.
Oh.
Kind of got the last show up above.
Oh, yeah. I was meaning if you're on the YouTube part of the live page itself.
Oh, true. Yeah, if you're on YouTube, go to our site.
TGSR.dynDNS.org. But anyway, starting up episode 6 of Kamen Rider Wizard in 3, 2, 1, go! Just out of curiosity, Tommy, what's your time code?
33.
Eh.
Did it goof up on you?
It froze up just for a couple seconds. I'm still
Ah.
fine. I'll be a little bit behind you. Dude, you don't need that many wrist things, whatever the hell they are. And Koyomi has the same look as all of us. If he was going on a trip, I think he researched more than just "I love you." Or he gets him in some real awkward conversations. Junpei, I think you still got scammed. What? Wow. Even the old man's getting into trouble. God damn it! Another fruit. Oh, city wind sound effect. God damn it. Why do you have five separate glasses of wine? That just seems wasteful. Overkill much? Especially for what I'm assuming is a first date? More like I'll pawn it in 5 seconds, but eh. I'll treasure the money I make off of it. That
Is it going to be a running gag that he never gets his donuts?
a little bit. More like it's a running gag. He always gets plain sugar. Yep.
Don't
Missed.
think that's happening today.
Oh. Honestly, I like it better that the his seals do change color and a bit of an effect for his different elements. I was about to say, wasn't the fountain back the other way? Haruto, I know you're flying around really fast, but you're kind of missing. Unless those are all ricochets. Pretty much. Did we really need a shot of the fan?
So what is he, like a gate hound or something?
A little bit. He's more of a gnome than a hound, but yeah. has to be their stock wind effect. Cause you ain't got money, son. What if it's that one guy from Forza? The one in the background working way too hard. I swear it was one of those workout guys from from Forza. Eh? What do you know? She's a gold digger.
Yep.
Uh, no, she's kind of here for other reasons.
Oh,
Oops. Well,
oh God.
the entire Wizard cast is in on this one.
Oh.
Uh-oh. I think everyone's starting to realize we've been duped. Maybe. Well, you're not completely blameless in this situation. Where that underground network of tunnels apparently leads everywhere. Haruto, I don't think it's time to be flashy.
Yeah.
And we. Okay, that transmission has got really flashy for no reason.
Seriously.
So I'll just send out the minions to go fight you.
Well, you can use minions' faces as ground. Just walk around
Yeah,
them. That's just his go-to form, isn't it?
flame.
Yeah.
Well, it is his default.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's default because he could transform to any of his forms right off the bat. He
True.
doesn't have to go into flame and then transform to one of the others.
Yeah, true. It's just Flame's kind of his main one since Dragon is his phantom. Flame is kind of his main element. Or at least that's how I assume it works.
And we get Matrix Bullet. That's
Yeah. More like bullets from Wanted, but yeah. You can just bend them to his will, since they're magic. This episode would be good setup for the bird arc if the bird arc wasn't horribly done. Because the same idea in this episode happens in the bird arc, where a gate who's, you know, not so good or kind, and Haruto kind of has to deal with that. The bird arc kind of takes it one step further, but like I said, that bird arc is horribly done. Well, Thoughts so far?
So far, the show's an interesting little twist there.
Yeah. Should be right on time with you this time.
Should be.
Guess my hard drive had to spin up.
It's funny, after we watch one of these, it's long enough for my wireless mouse to shut off, so I've got to click before I can use my mouse.
Hmm. I will say, like I said, this arc would be perfect setup and a bit foreshadowing of the bird arc in terms of how Haruto would act if the bird arc wasn't horribly done. You're just gonna hear so much crap from me about that arc until we get there.
Oh, I'm sure we'll say a bunch of crap about it after we get there.
Yeah. It's like I hear people harp on the Heaven's Tornado arc from Double, and that wasn't that terrible of an arc in my opinion, but I do agree with people on how bad the bird arc is. Because it really is the weakest two episodes of the show, no matter whether you like the show or not. Those are the weakest two episodes. You're not gonna find two weaker
Hmm.
overall. You might find moments, but not overall episodes.
Yeah, I see what you're getting there.
Alright.
It's
Got
not so
seven.
much that they're bad either, is it? It's just that they're not as good as the others.
Hmm, the bird arc or other episodes?
The bird arc.
The bird arc does something really terrible.
Hmm.
Like it hurts the show overall
Ooh.
because it's a bit parody-ish and a bit making fun of itself without being funny.
Hmm.
I'll put it that way without getting into too much. It
Yeah.
feels like it's poking fun of itself without actually being funny. It's just pointing out the problems, pointing out the ridiculous bits of the show.
Huh.
Well, not really the ridiculous bits, but it's just pointing out some stuff about the episode of the show. But anyway, you got seven queued up and ready?
Yep.
Alright, moving on to episode 7 of Wizard. In three, two, one, go.
Yeah, where did she run off to that time?
Um, down the other end of the tunnel.
Wow.
I love how he's just high pitched for that quick segment of like, no, I'm, I'm done. Moving forward.
Yeah, them three are going to be absolutely useless this show.
Yep. I don't think it would have been a good gift. Haruto, I don't think you want to try that ring out.
That might not be a smart thing to do in the house.
Remember what happened last time?
Yeah, good one.
Told you they should have done it.
Well, he might be able to use that against
No,
nose based enemy.
which a gnome apparently is. Yeah, now he smells like a skunk.
uh, you would think he would have learned after the whole sleep one.
Sure, she does. She wants money. True. It's going on a bit blind faith, but all right. Wait a minute. I know that. I know that logo. That's from Agito.
Hmm.
The little sun-like, oh, sun star-like symbol. That's from Agito, I believe.
Hmm.
There it be. Sure, look, they had all these boxes lying around. And I guarantee you that sword extends when it flips out.
I
Because I swear that sword gets bigger in between shots.
think it does.
Did we just step into a Scooby Doo episode for a bit?
Yep.
I swear that's the only show that ever does that bit. Or like that's the oldest thing I know that has ever done that bit. Good thing it defends and melts. Her family house. Could they make that person sound any more evil? I mean, dude had the maniacal laugh down.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I guess the Phantom put two and two together too.
Yes, because smoke fades that quickly.
Yep. And somehow his water managed to go upstairs too. That's some odd burn patterns for that picture,
Yeah.
especially for it to be circular. That's a terrible throw to, by the way.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
Put him up for a suplex, then throw him awkwardly. Now to play Whack-A-Gnome. Wait, his hand was a fist when he went in, and then it became a hand again. I don't know if that's the actual translation or Overtime's embellishment, but props on that one. I I don't think I don't know your coattails aren't going to help you on that one.
Super drilling rider kick.
Yep. Right on mark too. Oh, that was awful nice of him. Phoenix, you don't have any feathers to ruffle. Your suit's not designed that way. Ooh. And it looks like Renko gets arrested next week. Well, next time. God damn. I keep doing that.
It's because you're so used to that.
I know. Watching this show on a week to week basis, I'm so used to thinking that way. So, thoughts on this week's episodes?
Pretty good.
Yeah. It was nice of him to actually use his, a little more off the wall rings for something practical.
Yeah.
And, again, one of the nicer arcs. It's gonna make me realize, like, you hit that middle portion of Wizard a bit, and it kind of takes it a bit down because it falls hard into that formulaic of have a person kind of show up their gate, Haruto protects them, we find out what their hope is, and then Phantom tries to destroy that hope, Haruto saves the day, and wash, rinse, repeat for a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
It's not until we get later on that it breaks away from there and gets back into some more interesting stuff. It just has that slump of a middle portion. So if you're enjoying Wizard so far, enjoy it. Because I must say, let me see, maybe 25 episodes in?
At least by there.
Maybe.
So,
No, no, no. Nah, maybe like 32 going forward for a bit. Then once we're out of that into the better stuff, I think we'll be fine. But that 32 onward for a bit. It's kind of looking through there. It's some of it is focused on the secondary writer of the show Beast, or those episodes, and those are some better episodes. I think it's once we get out of the final form 2 episode arc, going forward from there, it takes a little bit of a slump down.
ah,
Because I would say after the Christmas episode, but no, that's Intro the Beast, and then the final wrap up for Phoenix's stuff. And then that moves straight into a couple of arcs focused on Beast, which Beast has some good arcs in this episode when he gets focus. He doesn't get focus too often, which is sad considering what he does at the end of the show. And also considering that, again, much like starting from Double, he's a strong secondary writer when he's given the focus and the time to develop. Problem is, you kind of just leave him hanging there, and well, he's kind of just left hanging there. I'm trying to think of what else to say. Hmm. I do kind of miss Haruto not doing more hand-to-hand fighting, because he fights very differently than everyone else. Because everyone else is just punch, 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 kick, kick, kick. Haruto's not that. He uses a lot more counters and a lot more using the flow combat to his advantage.
yeah, he's more of a gymnastic fighter kind of deal.
Yeah. Since he doesn't punch.
Right. He's got a lot more kicks and counters as opposed to where a lot of them was punch, punch, kick, kick, slap in the face, and be done.
Yeah. I really miss him doing that because, again, after a certain point, he just stops fighting hand to hand and he just uses the sword gun, mostly in sword form. He doesn't really use the gun form after a while. God, I'm saying that a lot. It's like I keep saying, it's like things don't happen later on. Certain things don't pop up later on. Things just stop happening after a while, and I kind of feel bad saying them because it makes it seem like the show's terrible when it's not. I've seen far worse shows. It's just that some things
There's
just don't
so
appear.
much after so long too that they kind of have to cut out the minor stuff.
Yeah.
I
I
kind
mean,
of understand that. I mean,
yeah.
you get his base four forms and then you start adding more forms in there, then you're not going to have as much hand-to-hand combat
Yeah.
as you're going to have utilizing those forms.
Yeah, and he's got 9 to 10 forms by the end of the show.
Jeez.
I say 10 because that 10th one requires 4 forms in order to activate it, so
Ah.
we're not getting to that one for a while. But then he has 9 forms that are all completely separate from each other. The 10th form requires a combination of 4 of them.
So you look right there, 9 forms, we're at 4 right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it stands to reason that some of the basic stuff is going to get lost.
Yeah.
Not to mention his whole deal is utilizing those rings.
Yep. And then some of those arsenal rings are just going to disappear. Like, I think he'll end up using defend more often than anything by the end. Defend will be his go-to arsenal ring. Like, he doesn't use drill that much. He really doesn't use smell. He doesn't really use small after the initial episode. Big, he might use a couple more times. I think after a while, it's defend and then 4 arsenal rings that are tied to 4 forms we haven't seen yet. That he's going to utilize more often than anything.
Huh.
Like, he doesn't even use kick strike that often, and that's his rider kick ring. But considering
Well,
how,
you know he can't use a rider punch.
yeah, so yeah.
Hmm.
With all that said, um, that'll pretty much wrap it up this week.
Yeah.
No other thoughts?
No.
Alrighty then. I will be out of town next Saturday, so we will probably not have a show next week.
Probably not.
Which is sad to say because we're 2 episodes into the season. We're already taking a week off.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how the scheduling ended up.
And that's kind of how Glock has not been here.
We harp on it because we care a little bit on the inside. Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
More annoyed, but yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. But if there is a show next week, it will be a random pick. But who knows what it's going to be.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be my first choice for it because I'd kind of rather do that one as a group. But yeah, If we do have a random pick next week, it will be something.
Yeah. But who knows? The plans might fall through for me going to Nashville Comic Con, and we might have a show next week. So stay tuned. You'll probably find out Friday,
Yeah, you'll find
definitively.
out on TGS, pretty sure.
Yeah. And folks, that'll do it for
Rampant Epsilon.
Facebook at 20448 saying night, everybody, and we will see you on the next round of the Gaming Saloon Riff Tracks. Peace out.
As always, you can find the Gaming Saloon Riff Tracks on our site, tgstgsr.dynDNS.org. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Our Twitter account is at TGS Riff Tracks, and on Facebook, you can find us at facebook.com/TGS Riff Tracks. Don't forget we're listed on YouTube. You can find us at youtube.com/user/TGS Riff Tracks. Also, don't forget about our mobile app. It will be updated after every TGSR episode with archives for both TGS and TGSR. Till next time.